All right, and we are live. Welcome back with Murphy Mac to another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today and listening to the episode. We got a good one for y'all. Today we're going to talk about carbohydrates or aka carbs for beginners. We're going to get into all things carbs, what they are, why we have them, why we need them, why we don't need them, who should eat them, who should not eat them, when you should eat them, things like that. So this is just going to be a good refresher on carbohydrates if you need to freshen up your knowledge on carbs and how you can use them to help you, or you can strategically use them in your diet to help you lose weight. So we're not going to get too far in the weeds of carbs, but we're going to give you just a basic overview to help y'all get a better understanding of what they are. But first, y'all already know what the deal is. We're going to update y'all about myself. Mainly, nothing new. Still just doing the usual training, running forever, biking forever. It's going good though. I got a deload week this week, so it's got me in a better mental state knowing that I don't have to do such hard workouts this week. So it's actually nice knowing that my training is a lot lighter this week. I'm still working out, doing 2 days every day, but my training volume is just a lot lower than what I'm used to. So it makes my workouts a lot easier. It gives my body some good time to rest and recover, which is nice. But yeah, enough about myself. We're gonna hop into the quick tip of the podcast. And when I was thinking about this one today, I had to just bring this. I think I've actually gave this tip before, but I wanted to give it again because if you live in the South, especially Mobile, Alabama, y'all know how hot it is this week. This week's gonna be like the hottest week we've had of the year. I mean, it's gonna be up over 100 degrees Fahrenheit a couple times. So the quick tip is hydrate. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. When you think you've drank enough water, drink some more water. And don't just drink water, also drink electrolytes. So get you some salt in, get you some kind of electrolyte drink, like a powder or a mix or something. Get you some electrolytes, get you plenty of water, add some salt, things like that. These are going to be good for you to stay hydrated. Another good thing is to do is as soon as you wake up in the morning, go ahead and drink you a glass of water. Get like 30 ounces of water as soon as you wake up, because when you're sleeping overnight, your body gets dehydrated. So go ahead and give your body some water first thing in the morning. It's going to be good for you to start your day off. It's going to get your energy levels up. It's going to make you feel good. It's going to get you going for the day. So drink your water. That's my quick tip for today. Super sweet and simple, to the point. Nothing crazy about it. Just drink your water. Stay hydrated. All right, let's hop into the main portion of the podcast about carbohydrates, or AKA carbs. So they're one of the main three macronutrients that we have. And the other two, y'all should already know this, they're proteins and fats. So you have proteins, fats, and carbs. It's your main three macronutrients. So if you ever hear somebody say, I'm tracking my macros, or you need to track your macros, macros is short for macronutrients. This is what they're talking about. They're talking about carbs, fats, proteins. That's what they mean. So carbs provide your body's primary source of energy, especially when you're doing high intensity activities like sports and things like that. So there's two types of carbs. You have simple carbs and you have complex carbs. So simple carbs are found in sugary foods, fruits, processed snacks. They're a quick source of energy, but they can lead to energy crashes. And then you should also consume these simple carbs in moderation. Don't overdo it when it comes to the sugary foods, processed foods, things like that. And then next we have the complex carbs. So complex carbs are found in whole grains. They're found in vegetables, found in legumes, starchy foods. So these complex carbs, they're going to provide sustained energy and promote fullness due to fiber content. So I would argue that the complex carbs are going to be a little better for you than the simple carbs. You want to make sure you're eating simple carbs in moderation. So the good and the bad when it comes to carbs. The good, complex carbs are an excellent choice for sustained energy throughout the day. They support your muscle growth. They support your recovery. So this makes these complex carbs essential for athletes or people that are working out constantly, endurance athletes, people participating in sports, college athletes, professional athletes, high school, everything. So these complex carbs, they're fiber-rich carbs. They can aid in digestion, and they can promote a healthy gut. So there's some good when it comes to carbs. I know a lot of people kind of scared of carbs nowadays with everything you see on the internet. Everybody's like, don't eat carbs, do keto, blah, 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 low carb diet this, low carb diet that. But carbs are not always bad. So don't be afraid to eat carbs. It's okay to enjoy a little bread every now and then. You'll be okay. So the bad when it comes to carbohydrates is simple carbs from sugary snacks and drinks. They can lead to spikes in your blood sugar levels. So excessive consumption of these refined carbs may contribute to weight gain and insulin resistance, which is not what we want. So you want to stay away from these simple carbs as much as you can. These are the ones that people talk about doing low carbs, talking about limiting in your diet. So stay away from the simple carbs as much as you can. You don't have to cut them all out, but just do them in moderation. So when you should eat carbohydrates, so the main time you should eat carbohydrates, since carbs are going to provide your body fuel, is pre-workout. You want to eat some carbs pre-workout. Consume complex carbs about 1 to 2 hours before your exercise, and this will provide you fuel for your workout. This will help you get through your workout. Have a better, more consistent workout. So you want to eat them about 1 to 2 hours before. They're going to help prevent fatigue, and they're going to help you maintain your energy levels during training. So they can be used as a tool for your body. Like, this is how your body's going to get its fuel for that workout. So it's good to consume some before. And then another time you can consume them is post-workout. So consuming carbs and protein after your exercise is going to aid in muscle recovery and glycogen replenishment. So you got to refill those glycogen stores back up after your workout. So get you some post-workout. But mainly you want to get protein. Protein is the main macro that you want to get in after your workout. If you can't get carbs, that's okay, but you should at least get some protein in. So you may be wondering when you want to limit carbs, because you see a lot of people talk about keto diet nowadays. Well, one time you want to limit your carbs is late evening or at night. So like right before you go to bed, try not to eat some super high in carbs. Reducing carb intake before your bedtime, it can help regulate your blood sugar, which will promote better sleep. No, I don't believe that you shouldn't eat right before you go to bed because it's going to help you lose weight. But I do believe you shouldn't eat them right before you go to bed because it'll help promote better sleep. So you want to get that better sleep. You don't want your body, overworking itself trying to digest all that food right before you go to bed. And then another time you want to limit your carbs is if you're having some kind of sedentary period. So periods of low physical activity, it's advisable to reduce carb intake to match that energy expenditure. Because if you're taking in all that fuel for your body and then you're not using it, your body's not burning it off. So your body's going to store it as fat eventually. So if you know you're going to be sitting in your office all day working, not doing much, probably shouldn't eat as many carbs that day. But if you know you're about to go do a workout, if you know you're about to go for a run, or if you're going to have a long day at work, if you work outside, like if you're a construction worker or something, yeah, get you some carbs in. They're going to help you fuel your day. They're going to help you just work more efficiently. So next we're going to get into who should eat carbs. Athletes, obviously. Athletes need to eat carbs. Active individuals, they can all benefit from carbs to fuel your workouts, to support your recovery. People with physically demanding jobs like the construction worker I mentioned, or people with routines that require carbs for sustained energy. So you will be the determining factor of this if you need to eat carbs on a consistent basis throughout the day, depending on like what your job is, what your plans are for that day, what your lifestyle is, things like that. So you can kind of play with them to help benefit you for the good or for the bad. So who should limit carbs? Individuals with certain medical conditions, like diabetes. You may need to monitor how many carbs you're taking in. People that are on low carb ketogenic diets are they're intentionally restricting their carb consumption. So when you're doing keto, you don't want to eat any carbs at all. So that's a whole nother topic. I actually did a podcast on keto, so I'm not gonna hop into keto too much. If you do want to learn a little bit more about keto, go watch my episode on the keto diet. I don't remember what episode it is, but I'm sure you can just type in keto and it'll probably come up. But basically, in the gist of things, the ketogenic diet is when you cut out all carbs, so your body has no carbs to burn for fuel. So what it does is it'll burn fat instead for energy instead of burning the carbs. So put your body in a state called ketosis, and that's where the name keto comes from. So that's keto in a nutshell. There's a lot more to it than that, but that's just the basics. So that's about it I have for carbohydrates. In conclusion, carbs are a crucial component of a balanced diet. They provide energy needed for an active lifestyle. You want to opt for complex carbs from whole foods to promote overall health and fitness. Try to limit your simple carbs as much as you can and go for the more complex carbs. So remember, it's about finding the right balance that suits your individual needs and your goals. So think about what you do on a daily basis or what you have planned for that day. Appreciate it, Ollie. I don't even remember how I did in this tournament, but yeah, I don't even remember. It's from this year. I don't even remember what course we played now. But yeah, I forgot where I was at. But yeah, it's about finding the right balance for whatever meets your goals and your needs. So if you know you got a busy day that day, you're gonna be outside doing some hiking or something. Get you some carbs in that morning for breakfast. Or if you're a construction worker and you got a hard day at work, get you some in. Or if you got a workout, things like that. If you got a game that day, if you're an athlete, obviously you want to use these to your advantage. If you're trying to lose weight, hey, maybe you may cut back on the carbs. Maybe you'll cut back on your intake to kind of help promote fat burning for fuel rather than carbs for fuel. So you can kind of manipulate them to your advantage to help you with whatever your goals are. So whether that be implementing more carbs into your diet or if that is taking carbs out of your diet. So you got to be kind of the determining factor of that and decide for yourself. But yeah, that's all I got for carbs. That's carbs 101 for beginners. Some examples of carbs. So simple carbs. Oh yeah, I forgot to hit these. Some example of carbs: sugary snacks, so like candy, cookies, pastries, sugary cereals, sugary drinks, so sodas, fruit juices, energy drinks, processed foods like white bread, white rice, most packaged snacks, and then fruits. So some fruits contain natural sugars, some have higher sugar content, like bananas, grapes, and dried fruits. So complex carbs, some examples are whole grains, so like brown rice, quinoa, whole wheat pasta, and oats. Vegetables, broccoli, spinach, sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts. Legumes, so you got lentils, chickpeas, black beans, kidney beans. Fruits, berries, apples, oranges, and pears. And then nuts and seeds, almonds, chia seeds, flax seeds, walnuts. So these are all going to be like your healthy fats and carbs. So stick to the complex. Stay away from the simple carbs if you can. But yeah, that does it for the main portion of the podcast. Next, we're going to hop into the motivational quote of the week. And today, I got none other than Arnold Schwarzenegger for the quote today. Freaking legend in the bodybuilding community. If you don't know who Arnold is, you obviously been living under a rock. But today's quote is: "Strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength." I'll read it again. Strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. So, what does this mean to me? This means that you got to put yourself in the trenches if you want to develop that strength, if you want to grow. You got to put yourself through those hard times, those times that suck. You got to get up and go to the gym on that day that you don't want to go, on the day that you want to sleep in and get that extra hour or two of sleep. That's when you got to go, and that's when you'll build strength. That's when you'll get stronger. When you fight through those tough times, that's when you make your most gains. That's when you'll come out on the other side bigger, better, stronger, faster. That's what it means to me. So you got to Put yourself through the struggle, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So that's how I read that quote. What do you think when you read that quote? What's that mean to you? Y'all let me know. But yeah, that's going to be it for the podcast. I appreciate y'all tuning in today. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on all my social medias, Murphy Mac Fit. The podcast is on YouTube or any of your podcasting services, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Y'all check me out at the Fitness Beginner Podcast. Tell your friends about it. Tell your mom about it. Tell your dog about it. Follow, subscribe, leave a nice comment. Or it could be a mean one if you want to. I really don't care. leave a review. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Hope y'all have a great rest of y'all's week. So y'all do something to get better, get 1% better each and every day. That's the goal. Peace, love, protein. We out.